Chapter 6. Taylor. Chad said for you to come in. I reached for the care package that Parker had sent. Thank God for Parker. He'd included a change of underwear for me and Chad, and jeans and tees. It wasn't cold yet, but it would get there tonight, and hopefully we'd make it back to the ranch, to gather our things and socialize with everyone. Would you like something to eat? I asked Cody, who didn't introduce himself. He glanced at me and raised his nose. No thank you. I've eaten breakfast already. Then he sat near Chad. He didn't hug him or show any affection. If I was a stranger I wouldn't know they were brothers, except they had the same eyes and nose. How did you find me? I called some of our friends and they said they hadn't seen you, and then I called over to this place called Wounded Inked, because I found a paper at the house that you were employed there. Christ, Chad, you don't have to work. Well, what the fuck do you suggest I do with my time? I'm 35 years old. I work because it makes me feel alive and useful. What the fuck do you do, besides bark orders at someone at our family-owned business over a computer? You already said that you didn't want me there in a wheelchair, so I endured surgeries and months trying to walk, so no one would know that I didn't have legs. I didn't say I didn't want you around. You didn't have to say it. First became a Marine because father had served his country, not because I needed to, but because I wanted to serve my country, while you sat at your desk in New York looking over everyone and passing judgment. You are a gay man. Cody raised his hand. This place is too small and the help is listening. Can you tell him to take a walk or something? He's not the help. He's my boyfriend, and he can sit here and listen to this. I glanced up at Cody, and he chuckled at first. Turned and gazed at Taylor, who held his emotions in for once, but I could see by the redness in his cheeks that he was ready to blow. He bit his bottom lip, and when Cody's glance traveled to me and then to Taylor, and Cody's laughter pealed around the room, Taylor abruptly stood. I placed my palm on Taylor's hand, which seemed to calm him, and then I clutched his long, slim fingers. When Cody stopped laughing and saw that I was serious about Taylor, he tucked his hands into his pockets and strolled around the small space, then turned to me. Are you serious he's gay? Cody said, with a twist of his mouth and a raise of his eyebrow. Yes, he's gay and so are you. Now are you happy? Well, I guess you aren't. I'm just like you but with a twist. I waited for Cody to respond, but it appeared he was gobsmacked by the recent news. However, I'm not condescending, pompous, and a prick like you, or at least I'm trying not to be lately. But you relish in trying to make others think you're better than them. The only thing you're good at is being a dick, big brother. Hopefully, some man will teach you that there's more to life than the cars you drive or how many conquests you can make. Well, I guess you should know that, little brother, and speaking of conquests, what happened to Jennifer? Does she know that you've switched teams? At least I've been true to myself from the beginning. If Mom and Dad were alive, they'd be congratulating me on my choice. They weren't as superficial as you. They wanted the best for us, and didn't care who we chose as our mates, they just hoped that we would make the right choice, I calmly said, even if I'd been pissed with all that Cody had done since I became handicapped. And you consider, he extended his hand in a motion to Taylor, trying to get his name. Taylor? My name is Taylor. I know you don't approve of our relationship, and you're not making a secret of it, but I'm willing to forget what you said and move forward. I'm in love with your brother. That came as a shock, but the next words out of Cody's mouth didn't. Are you in love with him, or the money he inherited from our parents? I don't know what he has, and I don't care. I love this man, and I believe he loves me too. Of course, I felt the same for Taylor. We might have had words between us, just fell in love, but we both had strong personalities, and we were able to know the difference in fucking around and something more meaningful, and this was more meaningful, at least to me. I knew I liked him from the minute Parker and Tony paired us together. I just didn't want to admit it to myself, or to Taylor. I knew I wouldn't like or love anyone who would allow me to dominate or control them. I needed someone who had their own personality and would allow me to be me and not see that I didn't have legs. Taylor never felt sorry for me. He handed me back what I'd doled out to him. That's all fine, and you appear happy for the moment, but how long will this Taylor stick around? That's not your problem, I barked, getting pissed every second he stood there, measuring Taylor with his eyes. I'd like to answer that question, since it was directed at me. I'm going to be here with Chad as long as he wants me, and I hope it's a long time. If you excuse me, I need to get some fresh air. Taylor placed his hands over mine and leaned in, and gave me a reassuring kiss on the lips. I didn't want him to leave me, but I did need this time to have a few words with Cody. When Taylor pulled away from me, he stood tall, matching Cody's height, looked him in the eyes and said, "If you need me, baby, I'll be in hearing distance." "What are you implying, Taylor?" Cody said. I touched Taylor's arm, and Taylor left the small cabin where I could finally breathe, because there was too much animosity and bad feelings in the room. I want you to know that I asked Taylor to move in with me. You mean with us? That house was left to both of us. You're never there. You rush in and then leave. I didn't think you would ever want to come back to Nevermore. I had to come back under the circumstances, and what's with you working at that tattoo parlor? You underrate people, and make things and people seem as if they're insignificant. Wounded Inked is important to me, and the men and women there are like family. They accept me for who I am now because I've changed. I'm not that man who walked around and fucked every woman that smiled at me, including Jen. Did you know that she was the first to desert me, and the rest were the country club set? As long as I was a soldier and wanted to serve my country, unlike the rest of them, I was the toast of the town as well as an anomaly to them. Those so-called friends admired me as long as I was walking on two legs, but after that, they didn't want me around. Even you, brother. You fucked with me for wanting to serve my country, and would give me statistics whenever you spoke to me, remember? The last time we spoke you talked about how I would be next to die. I did more tours than I'd planned just to prove you wrong. Besides, it wasn't on the battlefield that I became a statistic, but fucking around with drunken friends, and wanting to fit in when I came home. I'm sorry, Chad. I know I should have been a better brother to you, because I'm older, but I thought you didn't approve of my lifestyle, and I thought I had to be this way for you to respect me. It appeared we both had to learn to respect each other, and I hoped it would happen, but I wasn't sure it would in a matter of days. Family relationships were always ongoing and fluid, and we both had to work on our behaviors. How long are you here for this time? I asked Cody. I thought I'd take a few months off and see that you're set up with what you need. I have all I need now. I wished the fuck Cody had said he was leaving tomorrow. This was not going to be good. I wanted a relationship with my boyfriend and my brother, but I had a feeling knowing Cody and Taylor's personalities there would be friction, and it wouldn't be an easy transition from straight to gay.